please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video.
Well, let's take a look at what's happening in the commodity markets. Equity markets are holding up nice and steady, but what is going on the other side? Manisha Gupta joining in with all the action. Manisha.
Well, thank you so much for that, Survi. The other side, that is the crude oil prices, have seen some strength come back. So 0.5% up in the global markets, and you can see that being mirrored in the Indian markets as well. What really is supporting gold prices early in Asia is the fact that you have seen the Saudi Arabia output decline. It also has to do with the fact that the US today, for the first time, would be giving you details on what the Iran sanctions procedure would be from here on. Remember, the first tranche of sanctions actually begins from today, so the markets would be watching out for that information. The US rig count also has seen a decline for a third straight week, and that seems to be adding some premium to the prices. So good going is what we've seen in the energy space today. The gold and silver prices, well, have been under pressure. Last week, we saw gold prices decline to a 17-month lows. The Asian markets have seen a bit of a bargain buying on those levels, but still holding around $1,215 per ounce in the global markets. So we have broken below and closed below $1,220, which was holding as a support for the longest time. So some more bearishness perhaps showing on the charts. Same is the case for silver as well. Very sharp declines is what we've seen onto this one. Double-digit decline for 2018 until now for this as well. The base metal prices, in the meanwhile, are really torn apart. On one side, you have seen China actually come out with stimulus monetary policies which are supportive. They have talked about getting in liquidity as well. But then the US-China trade war concerns are high on the market. That's weighing heavily onto the space as well. And especially with China retaliating to the verbatim or to the rhetoric that US has come out with, really weighs here. We also have seen the strength in US dollar continue to put the prices down. It also has been the weak China economic data. And then apart from that, the increasing supplies in LME and Shanghai warehouses is yet another reason that we have seen a fourth week actually open on the weaker side across board for all of those metals. Trading strategies, and we have them from Anand Rathi. They have a buy call across board. In case of crude oil prices, they're expecting the prices to gain, but it's gold on their radar. 29,760 is their upside target on that. In the energy space, they have picked up on the natural gas prices. 199 is what they're watching out for. In the metal space, they are looking to buy in case of aluminum. 140 is the level to take care of.
Okay. All right, Manisha, thanks very much for that. On that note, we'll take a quick break. Up next, Transport Corporation came out with what looked like a good set of numbers. We get chatting with Vineet Agrawal, MD of the company, in just a moment.
Care Ratings, celebrating 25 years of analytical excellence.
Tak, 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 ताकी लगाए एमपी में दुनिया हकबकी हो जाए पैलेस मन मंदिर मन बन बंदर ताके झाके ताके बाटे ग्वालियर लाल बाग गुर 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 गुर्राए सकपक सक सकपक सक कान्हा सकपकाए माते उज्जैन का टिक्का छप 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 जाए ओरछा छतरी का मोर्चा मोर्चा अरे लेफ्ट जा थोड़ा राइट जा अरे लेफ्ट नहीं थोड़ा पर अरे 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 ये ताजमहल कहाँ से आ गया भाई पूरनपुर में ताजमहल ताजमहल डबल डबल पजल पजल करो गूगल मंडू का महल देखो टाइटैनिक कपल देखो अरे राजा देखो और रानी देखो पिक 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 प्रेम कहानी देखो पचमढ़ी के हिस्से किस्से किस्से देखो लव 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 किस्से 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 देखो किस्से 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 किस बुट्टे के किस सर 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 सर्राफे का एक चक्कर हो जाए ओ चक्कर के चक्कर में शक्कर का चक्कर हो जाए कद काठी लंबी लाठी लम 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 बड़ा तालाब के संग संग दंग 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 करते दंग 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 धुआंधार फूटे धम 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 तक दिन तक खजुराहो थिरकाए दिन तक आंखों में दिल में एमपी बस 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 जाए भैया बस एमपी से दिल भर भर ना भर पाए धक धक
When you're small, sometimes it's easy to be overlooked. And that's not good enough. So we get behind all businesses, big and small. Because we're not here for good enough. We're here for good.
Welcome back. Today the market really is the story of the morning. It's actually receded and giving you a dip. Ashwini said that he would sell at the highest levels, and he said he'd even sold. The Nifty is giving you that dip even below the 11,400 mark. We should get our technical experts shortly on Chartbusters. The Nifty Bank, however, is not showing any sign of going back. It's gone back to the all-time high of the morning. So Nifty Bank should come up for you. There it's almost touched 27,965, you know, the high that it touched earlier in the morning, going back over there. At the moment, 27,919, so getting very close to 960 levels. Let's wait and see. There the momentum is very strong thanks to the, actually the corporate banks. ICICI and SBI are leading from the front at this point in time, and even Axis is giving good support. So yes, all corporate lending banks doing very well. But let's shift focus once again to earnings, and Transport Corporation is the stock in focus. The stock is subdued this morning, even as the run of good earnings is continuing from the company. Vineet Agarwal, Managing Director of Transport Corporation of India, joins us now. Good morning, Vineet. Well, very good numbers. I just want to ask you first, didn't the high fuel prices impact you at all?
Hi. Actually, there was some impact. So the growth that you're seeing on top line is a combination of both volume as well as value growth. So some of the value growth clearly comes from the pass-through that we do for diesel price hikes. Most of our contracts have diesel price escalation clauses built in. So usually it's passed on right away or with a little bit of a lag. So yes, it does have an impact, and over long term, generally speaking, it's inflationary. As you know, it will have an impact.
No, but you pass it on. So there is immediately no impact on EBITDA. It doesn't reduce because of fuel.
That's correct. That's right.
Okay. Vineet, I want to talk to you about the Seaways business, because that's where the hope has been that you'll get into, a top line of maybe 200 odd. That business will start, generating significant size. And the reason the market's excited about it is because that's a very high margin business. However, I think we're only at around 70, 75 crores at the end of Q1 on this business. What is the outlook going forward here?
So it's an interesting business. In the last, in March 17, we added a new ship, and that came in a little bit later. So the full impact of that can be seen this quarter over the last quarter. And as you know, the government is investing a lot into the Sagar Mala project, and essentially linking multimodal transport and increasing the multimodal transport growth in the country. So we clearly anticipate a lot of movement in this sector. We also added one more ship in March 18, which has actually come on board in July 18. So the volumes are going to start showing on from next quarter onwards. But I think at a run rate of about 75 to 80 per quarter, we're certainly going to exceed the estimation of 350 crores for the full year, with a 25 to 30% EBITDA margin on that business. So it is looking interesting, and going forward, I think it will be an interesting growth business, given the fact that government is pushing multimodal logistics.
Okay. Did you throw in your hat for Gati? That is on offer.
No, we did not.
Not interested at all?
No, not at all. No,
Okay.
because we have in our group an express business already.
Okay.
TCI Express.
Okay. What about actually that last mile e-commerce delivery? Are you all looking at that as a very big slice of business?
No, not specifically in TCI, specifically in our other group company, TCI Express.
Yeah.
That's the express business that does the B2B and B2C kind of businesses.
Okay. Your big growth segment is auto. Can you tell us what has been the demand, and how do you see the demand from that business? And separately, what is your expectation in terms of revenue growth for the year?
So overall, the automotive business, the way that we look at the business is not just the four-wheeler, but also the two-wheeler, the tractor manufacturers, the commercial vehicle manufacturers, and even the earth-moving equipment companies. So we've seen robust growth across that segment. We manage the inbound logistics and outbound logistics, so even the exports come under our purview. We've seen very good growth. As you would have read, that the industry is expecting to invest about $15 billion in the next 2 years in capex. BS6 is coming in 2020. So given all of this, we do anticipate the growth to be robust. 20-25% on that for us will be from that sector is something that we look at. Overall, for the company as a whole, we are looking at a top line of more than 20% in revenues and 20-25% on the bottom line as well. Just remember that Q1 to Q1 over last year has been from a smaller base. So we will start seeing the ramp up from now onwards.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Vineet. We'll leave it on that note. Some bullish expectations. Lata, you have a question?
Okay. No, I just wanted to ask, Vineet, before I let you go, any impact of GST? Just detail to us, e-way bill and all that. Is life good, better? Is it getting harassed?
Yeah, well, last year, April 1st, GST got, July 1st, actually, GST got implemented. So we are seeing some benefit of that flowing through to us. Of course, April 1st, this year, e-way bill got implemented. It was, and it has been quite chaotic in the first few weeks. There have been issues of not only errors in e-way bills, but also fake e-way bills. The whole concept of electronic way bills does not exist, because today even trucks have to carry printouts of these e-way bills, because the people who are supposed to check them don't have any devices to check them on. So we have to show them physical e-way bills. So it is still quite a contentious issue. It is leading to delays across sectors. And I think it's work in progress. So we have to give it a few more months before the GST implication and the e-way bill implications can be really felt for our sector.
Okay, then we will have to take this discussion offline or invite you when we do our GST checks. Thank you very much, Vineet Agarwal, for joining us. Robust business, but GST separately for the economy is work in progress. As we wind down on Bazaar, it's not that high levels that we scaled earlier in the morning of 11,430 thereabouts. It's a good 40 points off the day's high. Almost about 0.5% knocked off from the Sensex and the Nifty. But the Bank Nifty is holding up. It's almost charging up to a 1% gain. So there are going to be long and short ideas coming up for you on Chartbusters in a minute. Thanks for watching Bazaar.